Indeed. These two teams would not face each other, though, until BlizzCon, if both were able to qualify, though, due to the next thing coming up being the Western and Eastern clashes, respectively. Next map, going over to Super Perfect Team, and much like CE, really like the StarCraft maps, Super Perfect Team, they love their Diablo maps. We're seeing the Infernal Shrines coming in, 90% win rate, but still feeling confident there.
9-1 for SPT, 1-4 for HOTSLADY. It looks a lot less even than the previous map statistics.
Indeed, but then again, the last one was like 100% as well anyway, to be fair.
Yeah.
But here we go. Infernal Shrines for Super Perfect Team, and that means HOTSLADY will get the first ban.
HOTSLADY with the first ban. Down 0-1.
Yeah. So, what can they do? What can they do with this? Do they want to try and get Genji again? Do they want to get rid of Genji? Are they going to see the
Eeny,
Ariel?
meeny, miny, mo.
Remove all the supports. If they can't heal, they can't win. No, just scrolling through everything. I saw Butcher appear there for a second. The Malphite ban. Yeah, it turns out he's still good, so might be worth the ban here. Swapping through the supports again, once again, looking like a support ban is on the cards. Now through the tanks. And
I've never seen so much deliberation.
Yeah,
like
there we go.
physically manifesting itself in an HGC broadcast.
Click, 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 click. Yeah, it's really, really cool. So, it is SPT now. They ban out the Valor, so that means that Genji, Uther, Ariel, all these heroes are now still available.
So Uther, Ariel, and Genji, yeah. So you gotta take Genji or Uther, because otherwise you give Uther Genji.
We do see the Genji as the first pick. SPT. You have Uther and Ariel available. You could just take both. It's still a good combo. If you're sticking with Cassia or someone like that, you can still get some great value.
Yeah. I like it.
They might not, though. They may want a hacker or something like that.
With them banning Vala, though, I wonder if they would, because Vala's perfect with it. It almost makes me feel like maybe that's not what they're planning. Uther Illidan, Uther Dahaka, always nice. If it's not Dahaka, if it's like Uther and not Dahaka, then they're threatening Illidan. Because Uther Dahaka Illidan is certainly possible, but it's not as common, because you get so much frontline. You still need a main tank.
Yeah, no matter what, it should have been Uther anyway, because it's the one that synergizes the best with Genji, so deny that away from the enemy team, lower their options a bit.
Okay, so I think Illidan is fairly likely for SPT. It's at least being threatened. And we had Genji Illidan for HOTSLADY last game. They could look to repeat that feat.
They could. HOTSLADY could also go for... They have the Ariel open to them. They could either go for the Ariel, or they can go for a Rhaegar and just ignore the Ariel altogether. They go for Greymane.
True, true.
And this is a reasonable hope generator, so Ariel becomes a little bit more viable again. See what they go for.
Rhaegar gives a lot of skeleton control. It's quite nice. You can put the lightning shield on a warrior and becomes much easier to clear and win that objective. But Ariel doesn't do poorly either. Sacred Sweep, especially with the reset, especially seeing that very likely triple melee on SPT's side is a very realistic possibility. I would have liked Ariel for that reason. But Arthas benefits from the same thing. Against heavy melee comps, Arthas is great. Love it.
Yeah, he is marvellous. Like you said, with Illidan being threatened, very solid pickup for them. Able to remove at least a little bit of that pressure. Still allows SPT to take it, but it's now a little bit less effective.
Keep in mind, of course, we are on the Stukov patch. That is the patch that hit yesterday. Today's 12th of July. Yesterday 11th. Stukov patch hit. Stukov himself is not yet allowed for 2 weeks post his release. in all HGC regions, but HGC China does play on the live patch, minus Stukov. That also means that the Tyrande and Zul rework have already gone live. And we've seen Zul twice today so far. His win rate is 1 win, 1 loss. And both games they used Poison Nova and Cursed Strike build.
Indeed, so we'll be curious to see if there is another build. Right now, Ariel being hovered over as a ban, despite the fact they don't have a support of their own yet, and Rhaegar is also removed. Because in theory, if they did that, SPT could just take Karazim for themselves.
Yeah, that's true. You would have double support, double full support, kind of. Yeah. And with, my gut that Illidan was coming out, it's a little bit less likely with Arthas on the other side, as he does counter Illidan well. But that would mean Illidan, Karazim, and Nubrak Uther. 4 melee. So that could be tough. But it is interesting, though. Like, if they take Karazim, what supports are there left? Malf, Morales...
Malf, Morales, Karazim, Ariel. Yeah, I completely forgot that Malf was available, to be honest. We haven't seen him all day. So we will see if that's what we end up with. Dahaka. Nice. Both the robots here. But it's 2 of the robots. Tastar is banned, being the 3rd mecha.
Dahaka... Need some range. Tychus has... I am so surprised at the prioritization of Tychus. Like, whose place did he take? Li Ming? I guess, European teams play more Li Ming. Like, Fnatic and Dignitas love Li Ming, and...
Lunara a little bit?
Yeah.
A little bit less of her.
Just thinking, what vacancy did he fill? I guess Vala's banning away?
Not sure. Yeah. I don't know. Right now it's HOTSLADY's pick, as they still need a support. Plenty of options for him here. It is against double tank, so I wouldn't hate a Karazim with a 7-sided.
Yeah, I like that too. You can go for Morales, but it's just not comfortable. So many stuns, cancel or healing beam, putting it on a 1-second cooldown, that it's completely unsustainable. Cocoon, Burrow Charge, Impale. Karazim is correct. And then maybe one more range. Oh, wow. Going super hard with the heavy engage.
Yeah, Greymane, the only ranged here, and even that, he's a sort of 50% ranged hero. Genji as well. So overall, they have about 1 full range. They have that percentage damage in the form of Karazim if they want. If not, it's going to be a harm to continue to protect that Greymane and Genji.
Sanct, Cursed Bullet, 7-sided Strike, Arthas' Slowest, Dragon Blade. There is so much burst. Good thing we have Uther on the other side. And it is going to be Cassia coming out as well, who counters Greymane well, Karazim. And does not so great against Genji, Tyrael, and Arthas, by the way.
Yeah, not as ideal. But Cassia, still cool. They have percentage damage, they have blinds now. Overall, I think SPT, they have everything they need. They have really good damage output, 2 front lines which can protect them quite nicely, and Uther, the best support currently in the game. Arguably, maybe Ariel.
Yeah, depending on the exact composition, right? Sometimes Tassadar, although he's never alone, so you can't really call him the best. I guess he's the best second support.
Yeah, would definitely argue that. So, we are preparing for, no matter what, the last game of the day for HGC China before Grubby goes to his solo stream. Once again, big thank you to Grubby for filling in for Kendrick, as he is unavailable today.
Thanks for being here with me, bro. We do the Europe HGC Open, and now we help out Kendrick as he is absent today. Happy to inform you he will of course be back and completely okay for the next broadcast. Just filling in one time for him, and I get to have a glimpse of that crazy Chinese meta that you and Kendrick are talking about to me all the time.
Because it is crazy. It is very crazy indeed. We haven't seen 2 out of the ordinary today.
I mean, I've never even seen that much holy shock from Uther in weeks. And now today, all in one day.
It just gets spammed, yeah. That's awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are loading into our last game. Let's get hyped. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Infernal Shrines. And spawning on the left-hand side, in the blue, it is HOTSLADY with Y, Pommy, Lias, Meng, and Carlo. They're looking to try and take a game and bring the score to 1-1.
And on the right side, in the red, Chen Xiao, Melody C, Misaka, Wings, and ZZH. It is SPT.
I like that pronunciation, ZZH.
Just
a unique one.
Doing all the pronunciations.
Yeah. That way, everyone is happy, except the fact that I pronounce it H, and the Americans pronounce it H. So we need a ZZHH.
That would have been cool.
we need an extra H, so we can get away with that. But now though, we're seeing a little bit of damage already coming out from Tychus, but neither of these teams are going hyper aggressive at the start of this game. Talent-wise, it's going to be Regen and Master coming in from a new bracket. That's fair. Let's count the spell damage. Pretty much zero.
There you see the scores of today. Wukong Gaming, O2KT. Oh yeah, anyway, you can see them. Here's a big fight as SPT gets hammered. They lose the 4v5 in a big shocker.
They get arfest hard. And yeah, that was a 4v5. Not ideal at all. And as such, it's going to be HOTSLADY with a slight XP lead, but Dahaka was in lane, so he does equal that up a little.
Yeah, well E'd by Arthas. He turned on that Frozen Tempest and took everyone down. No one gets out alive.
Yes, marvellous E'ing there. Good job, friend. As we see him in the bot lane right now, unattended. But Uther will arrive down here to get any XP. He won't actually miss any. None of the minions died.
Yep. And that's why sometimes you don't clear fast. Just let the waves meet. Let the minions of the Oppo die. Oh! Wow, I do think he took one step into the wild side. Tychus. Greymane gets taken out.
Yeah, getting killed off there. Less than ideal. And as such, kill count 2-1. SPT already dragging themselves back after those first 2 kills in the early game. And the first shrine is going to be in the bottom lane.
I don't think it will be Holy Shock this time, as he has gone for that Radiance talent at 1. Normally we see double Q at 1 and 4. Bottom shrine activating.
Indeed, Tychus shredding through all those minions very quickly. Thanks to his lovely overkill. So, we're going to see them moving in. Merely see, poking down for the moment. He does have charge strikes. Just saving them for the moment. Needs to make sure he's in the position. Very well timed knock up by Anubrak there. And Carlo already under great duress after teleporting in. Tychus moving to the other side, so he has a little bit of a better angle without putting himself in as much danger. And Dahaka will pick up that kill. Pommy shall fall shortly afterwards.
Nice job by SPT. They take firm control of this shrine. It's a 5 versus 3. That means HOTSLADY has to give it up. Immediately start looking for something else on the map. And they start wave clearing. Wings with the Dahaka is chasing down Greymane. He brings him to half-life, but he gets countered by Genji.
Yes, he does. So, SPT going to be able to pick up this first objective of the game. The Punisher, which is going to be an arcane Punisher, which is arguably the best one by a lot of people, but it is an early one, so shouldn't be too much trouble. Lias is in a bit more trouble, but also is able to escape.
Yeah, like you said, strongest Punisher of the weakest kind. The first one, that is. 2 towers is pretty much what you expect to get here. Any more will be a massive bonus. It is a heavy commitment though. A 4-man push is not what you always see. Why not? I always 5-man push, you might say. Well, yeah, sometimes that can be for the best, especially when you have Sylvanas. But generally you'll see at pro play 1 or 2 people in the off lanes, because XP is so important from lanes, especially in the early game. Nice moves by HOTSLADY, dodging the Arcane Punisher stun jumps. But the heavy 4-man pressure does secure about half-life on the fort.
They may even finish it. They could stay. The minions are still here, but they don't want to take the risk. It's very much a risk versus reward. Reward, you get the fort. Risk, you could all die.
Yeah.
So they are just going to back up and play it a little bit safer.
Yeah, exactly. Nice level lead here for SPT. 3 versus 2 in takedowns. Daka has been kind of double soaking. In the past, that wasn't really possible, but because he has the passive movement speed anytime he walks through a brush, not just brush stalks to it, that is now possible. Because there are enough brushes to amp up your move speed.
Indeed there is. So, we are seeing SPT just continuing to clear out these minions very carefully. They're actually very far forward, at least Tychus is, but they're all grouped around, most of them are grouped around that area, so it's not such a bad idea. Oh, goodbye Arthur somewhere.
Yeah, Arthas gets taken out. That does mean SPT will secure the bottom fort already. As the minion waves are pushing in. Well, almost. They didn't push on with it. Not yet.
We're going to see SPT clearing up the mercenaries here. Going to put some more pressure onto that mid lane, which has already taken a tiny bit of duress, but nothing super serious. Just a little bit of ammo dropped and some damage onto the gate. A little bit more now, though, as Merly C poking it down with this Lightning Fury.
Yeah. Ring of the Leech, Surge of Light, Charge Strikes. No Lightning Fury talents. It puts out a lot of damage, but not as relevant. This is a lot of burst and heal.
Indeed. So, we're seeing HOTSLADY on the defense for now, but they are soaking their way towards the level 10. Careful. Why? Not hit. Unable to dodge even the second knockup. Nicely done, dropping some counter damage onto Zhen Zhao, but he's dropped to half, whereas Zhen Zhao is completely healthy.
Wow. Drag him so far away. Now Arthas exposed. He came to peel for Tyrael, but Tyrael already escaped. Arthas with the unnecessary peel ends up dying. Carlo did manage to get away, but great job by SPT there, finding Arthas and realizing his overstep that fast, jumping on him. That all but secures the second Punisher phase for SPT if they hadn't already, by virtue of their experience lead. But that definitely secures it. That means mid fort, that means early level 13. So we're once again in a situation where, even though it's fairly early game, SPT looks far ahead. And HOTSLADY needs to find that 1% in themselves that they found last game, where they defended the core, at least for the time being, in a very desperate situation.
Wings dropping a little bit of harassment onto Mengel. Like you said, they need to find that 1% of a chance. And here they may have found it. They're looking for Wings, dropping the damage, but the blind from Merly C. Counteracts Lightning Ball, taking out Greymane. They didn't have time to split, and Greymane's taken out, and here comes the rest of SPT. Looking for Leas. Good route, though. It's up to ZZH, but the slow from Arthas doesn't allow him to keep up. A nice escape there.
Yeah, not today, says Cassia. It was a 2 versus 4 with a little bit of tower help, a little bit of desperation as they try to chase the Haka. The Ball Lightning gets that kill. Arthur's staving off the Apocalypse though with the Howling Blast on 3 people. And all that was important though. Even though they lost a member, they've effectively delayed the capture of the Punisher to the point where they have their level 10s. HOTSLADY can now afford to do a fight. So it was still good. Still a good attempt, even though it didn't get a kill.
Indeed it is. So, the attempt was good. We see SPT pushing in with this Punisher. Not a Cocoon. It's a Locust Swarm coming in for a Nubrak. Nice to see that adjustment coming in.
Well, Locust Swarm got a few buffs. Most notably, more front-loaded. It used to be an 8-second period of healing and damage. It still does the same amount of absolute damage and healing as before, but it now does so over 6 seconds. So it's amped up a little bit during those first 6 seconds, and at the same time Cocoon was nerfed. We are on the live patch, so this is already live on every server. And since Cocoon got nerfed, it's harder to use effectively. You cannot use it from as far away, and so I do like that Locust Swarm coming out, adding a little bit more damage to sustain.
Indeed. Also what adds sustain is Sanctification as they move forward, trying to get Wings, but Wings does not care. He is tanking through this. In comes the ball lightning, and why is Palm though? He's staying alive, at least for the moment, as Carlo is dropping super low. Arthas is doing his job though, tanking through all of this. No deaths from either side, but that's about to change. Tyrael goes down, trying to get onto Wings. The explosion kills off Wings. Divine Shield keeping Tigers alive as he turns onto Y, but Y survives. Meg from the back. The heal from Uther, keeping him alive. It's a 1-for-1. Tyrael for a noob. Tyrael for Dehaka.
That was so sick. I don't even know how Tyrael was able to stay alive for that long. When he finally moved in, it was a deliberate choice. I was watching him that entire fight. He moved in knowing he would die, knowing that that would provide his team exactly what is needed to zone, split, and maybe even damage someone. And he got the kill and the 1-for-1. That is great news when you're down a talent. Comeback XP is a thing. You get bonus XP the lower level you are compared to your opponent. Well, HOTSLADY was able to leverage that to close the experience gap just a bit.
Yes, sorry, mind blank there for a second. Yeah, they're closing the level gap, trying to move themselves towards that level 13 so they can also have the talents. Nice teleport by Carlo, able to move himself out of danger.
All
the
right.
Angelic Flash.
Top Punisher is coming up. Level 13 needs to be reached. Greyman is clearing another camp bottom, after which he will do probably one wave mid, and then level 13 will have been reached. Anubarak, SPT, did a bit of slowdown on Tyrael, denying some XP from these minions, slowing his defense of this lane. Nice dodge.
Nice dodge, indeed. So, SPT taking control, already 12 ahead. HOTSLADY, they are moving in, and this is a little bit risky, I think. When they're already half down, they need to make an exceptional play here. But they are even on talents, they do have Sanctification, they do have everything they need.
You need to take aggressive position, zone out SPT, and take this Punisher. That's how you get back in the game. And so they really need to clear skeletons at top speed. As soon as you kill all the skeletons, 10 new ones will spawn over a period of 2 to 3 seconds. If you leave a few skeletons, they do not respawn. So get them fast. Oh yeah, they spawn there. And anyway, the big team fight breaks out. Odin gets turned on. Sanctification is still available. It needs to be good. There we go. That blocks a lot of damage. Everyone gets inside. But will it be enough?
Arthas is dropping down. He gets Palm though. Once again, these Palms have been on point. Pommy doing such a good job. The X-Strike hits everyone, but it's already Arthas down, already Tyrael down, and that fight is taken by SPT.
Yeah, didn't even need to use Divine Shield, and I can't help but feel that X-Strike, as safe as it is, unstoppable, unhittable, you can use it as an escape, you can use it as a damage. It doesn't really have the same oomph as Dragon Blade, does it?
No, Dragon Blade overall can have a much higher damage output. But the X-Strike, like I said, it's a great escape, and it did do some decent damage there. It just wasn't enough to burst through all that sustain that we're seeing from SPT, with the Locust Swarm healing, with the Ring of the Leech. The only person really vulnerable is Tychus, and even he gets armor from Odin.
Yeah, exactly. I think when it comes down to it, there is one rule here, is that HOTSLADY cannot win a fight when Odin is up, and Locust Swarm. There needs to be some kind of disengage attempt, not just using Sanct to all in, as they do not have the brute deletion power without Seven-Sided and Dragon Blade. So maybe it will work in the future. So far the defense is very competent. The Punisher is getting taken out. Everyone is still alive for HOTSLADY.
Yeah, so the keep will survive unless we see Carlo get blown up here. But no, Carlo, ball lightning, stop grouping. Carlo does survive though, the sustain, even through the ball lightning. Divine Shield having to be dropped onto Uther as he is being focused pretty hard. They stun up Genji, dodge the X-Strike, nicely done. Uther sustaining through, they're turning it around again. Sanctification is dropped though. Arthur's standing inside and keeping himself alive. It is going to be Karazim and Arthur's that die though. And even with that clutch Sanctification, HOTSLADY lose 2-3 members and the keep, and potentially the core of SPT want to go aggressive.
I think Uther has low mana, so it is risky. It's a 50-50 call. It may look obvious. 5 versus 3, you got 15 seconds, open core, and I think I would have made the call to go for the core, and it would either be a hilarious throw or a confident, clean core all in. But, with Uther having no mana, I think that changed it. Had he been on 30%, I feel like they would have made that call as well. But they go back, they play it safe. They have 6 forts versus 2 keeps. They're ahead 3 levels. why risk it?
Exactly. So they're just going to take the advantage that they have with that keep down. Catapults will be spawning in that top lane, and they are going to move around and start taking mercenaries, put the pressure onto the other lanes.
Yeah, painting the map red. Showing on the mid gate, so HOTSLADY able to get away. Cursed Bullet on Anubarak.
Yeah, Lightning Fury though, also hitting 2 people, demounting everyone. Indy having to remount and immediately burning an ability to demount himself. Always fun to see when players just mount up and then immediately demount themselves. We're seeing Meng poking quite well with these shurikens. I don't know if he's fully stacked yet, either way he's building it up.
6 impalers. They are not the meanest creeps in town, but there's 6 of them. Together they will swarm you.
Yeah, they do a lot of... They have a pretty high damage output if they are left unattended. And right now they're about to be. Only Greymane staying behind to deal with this, as everyone else is moving forward to try and put some pressure onto Misaka or ZZH, but they can't keep up. And they do finish off those Impalers. No damage done to the keep. Dahaka, meanwhile, is soaking SPT towards that level 20, and they may be unwilling to fight without it.
Yeah, it's always interesting. You're the resounding favorite in teamfights due to the 3-level lead, but how much advantage do you want? Do you want a bit or a lot? Do you wait for level 20 or not? SPT does not wait. They go in, Sanctification comes out, Adaptation, Burrow, the Hacker gets up to full life, Tyrael goes down, X-Strike, SPT with the Divine Shield blowing everyone up, Greymane goes down, and SPT runs away with this fight.
Pommy trying to escape, he gets the dash, but the
water
grenade
balloon
finishes him off. Now Genji is trying to do something, but everyone's too high health. He can't get the resets. He is on the run. Pulls off the Juke, though. Himself alive, at least temporarily here. They come, though. They still want him. The grenade not able to finish him off. Meg leading him on a merry chase right now, buying his team a lot of time. He even escapes. He gets out. Oh, barely gets out, though.
Genji, the sole defender here. The Punisher has been left for what it is. Bottom mid-keep will get taken out. And once again, the hesitation to end the game. I mean, you know, it is a fight. It's a 5 versus 5. They don't have any of their heroics. Yeah. I guess I get it.
I don't know about you, Grubby, but I've always defended my base by leading the enemy team right to it. That is the best strategy. In this case, it was like, okay, you guys are 5 and you could end the game, but he led them on a merry goose chase in order to get there and survived. So. He became the white rabbit, chase him down and try and get the kill. Now we see the fight. Uther, no Divine Shield this time, is a little bit more vulnerable as Arthas is focusing him down, and Uther is dropped. He has level 20 though. He does have that free revive, and they will come back. Punisher is available. It's a Frost Punisher. And Genji escaping with the X-Strike this time, but we already see Karazim has died. Everyone else is being back.
Yeah, and of course Uther fully allowed to die here. He didn't even use D-Shield. He wanted to die, make use of his trait to come back to life, give some free heals. It's the Uther conundrum. The catch-22. Can't leave him alive. Does too much. Can't kill him either. Now, pushing in with both Odin and the Punisher.
Yeah, they're looking for it. They're sieging down. Genji once again escaping his imminent doom. As Carlo pulling the Punisher away. He's buying time. And this is the entire strategy of HOTSLADY right now. How much time can we buy? They still have 2 levels to go before they are level 20, where they can fight on even levels. Sanctification is dropped. Why? Going aggressively. SPT doing the correct thing by pulling back. Punisher comes in for the stun. Why is surviving, though. He makes his way back to the base as the Punisher is dropping low, but Tyrael is not so lucky. He is taken out, and the B steps are coming in. Pommy will survive with the palm, but the core is dead. That is going to be GG, and SPT will take the 2-0 and those delicious 3 points.
Yeah, with a thorough deconstructing of their adversary, SPT gets the victory. 6 forwards versus 0. They played it clinical, safe, almost too safe, but that is a great and patient victory. And I guess there's no such thing as too safe. Any victory is 100% worth it. And SPT shows why they are sitting on top of the rankings. Great play by them. Already excited to see if they'll make it to Eastern Clash and BlizzCon and see how they'll perform there. But that is SPT for you with the 2-0.